Well, hello. Hi, everybody. I'm back. I'm back for episode 9 of the Unstoppable Entertainment Show. I am, of course, Nate Schaffner, otherwise known as the Unstoppable Nate. And, I may refer to myself as unstoppable, but as it turns out, if you get a stomach virus, specifically the norovirus, um, a norovirus won't stop you, but it'll slow you down. So that's what's been going on with me. But I'm glad to be back. Um, if you don't know what the norovirus is, uh, just Google it. I'm not going to describe it to you. If you do know what it is, then you know what I've been through for the past 3 days. Um, but I'm here and I'm doing much better. How are you doing out there? How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing okay. I hope everything is well out there in the world. Um, before I get started, I just wanted to remind everybody that if you like the show, just hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. And also, if you have a comment or a question that you'd like to ask, you can email me anytime at the address that's in the description of this video. So, without further ado, let's get started with this week, and let's get started with this. The first topic to discuss is the next movie that Al Pacino is going to be in. This article is on CBR, published by Alex Rausch. Um, and this article says that there's a this article says that Dead Man's Wire, the latest project from director Gus Van Sant, is a hostage thriller based on a true story. The film has established a stellar cast of actors prepared to take on the intense roles. This article goes on to say that Al Pacino is the latest addition to Dead Man's Wire, directed by Gus Van Sant, as reported by Deadline. It will be Van Sant's first directorial role in a feature film since Don't Worry, He Won't Get Far on Foot, which came out in 2018. And that movie also took inspiration from real life events. This The article does give a synopsis of the movie, and the synopsis reads as this: the morning of February 8th, 1977, Anthony G. Tony Kiristis, 44, entered the office of Richard O. Hall, president of the Meridian Mortgage Company, and took him hostage with a sawed-off 12-gauge shotgun wired with a dead man's wire from the trigger to Tony's own neck. This is the true story of the standoff that took the world by storm as Tony demanded $5 million, no charges or prosecution, and a personal apology from the Halls for cheating him out of what he was owed, reads the official logline for Dead Man's Wire. Okay. First, let me say this. Al Pacino is one of the great actors of all time. And I don't think anybody will argue that. And I am always looking forward to the next film that he is in. He is someone that I will see whatever movie he appears in. I think he's one of the all time greats. This this project sounds interesting. Gus Van Sant directing. Gus Van Sant directed the movie Milk with Sean Penn. He also directed Finding Forrester with Sean Connery, and of course he will always have a special place in my heart. Gus Van Sant will, for directing my beloved Good Will Hunting, a movie that I've loved for many, many years. So I can't wait to see what Gus Van Sant will bring to this uh, uh, film. This does give me. It reminds it. The premise of this kind of reminds me of Dog Day Afternoon a little bit, um, where you have this big. The basic premise of this movie is this big standoff. Uh, Obviously, completely different subject matter, but in terms of, uh, you know, Al Pacino being in a project like this, it gives me Dog Day Afternoon vibes. Um, it's hard to say. I'm obviously he's not going to play uh, Tony Kiritsis because it says that he was 44. So Al Pacino probably will not be playing that character. Um, but but I'm not sure which character he will play. But it's it's great to see Al Pacino in anything. So this gets me excited. I'm looking very much. I'm looking forward very much to seeing this movie. Jump in the comment section and let me know what you guys think about this. Um, so this next piece of news is a little bit interesting. So in as I've shown before on this show, I have a giant list of films and shows that I would like to watch before I leave this world. And one of them, as I occasionally peruse my lists to see, what am I in the mood to watch? What do I feel like watching? And in one of my recent perusals, it appeared that, believe it or not, there's a movie called Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion is on one of those is on one of my many lists. So there's that. Now the reason I told you that is because of the next piece of news that I'm going to read. Now, this piece of news is a couple of months old, but I'm informing you about this because I recently found out that Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion is on my list. So this article was published January 29th of this year by Boris Kitt. And this article is on the Hollywood Reporter. And this article says that Mira Sorvino and Lisa Kudrow are in final talks for a sequel to Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion. This article, again, is published by Boris Kitt. This article says, the reunion is on. A sequel to Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion is moving ahead at 20th Century Studios with Mira Sorvino and Lisa Kudrow in negotiations to reprise their starring roles. The pair will also serve as executive producers. Tim Federle, who wrote and directed the Disney Plus original movie Better Nate Than Never, and who created High School Musical, the series. God, what a title that is. So will direct the feature, which is eyeing a June start date. So they're going to start filming in June. Sources say the studio is looking to possibly shoot in Los Angeles, but nothing has been set. Okay, so this is interesting because I believe Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion came out in 1997. So it's interesting that they're doing a sequel now. Apparently, it's gained quite a following, quite a cult following since its release. and apparently there are enough people who think that a sequel could work and be successful. So I can't comment too much on this because I haven't watched the original yet. I am a Lisa Kudrow fan. I Friends is one of my favorite sitcoms ever. So I'm interested, but I can't offer much of an opinion about it because I haven't watched the original yet. So I will leave it to you guys. What do you guys think about a sequel to Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion? Do you think it could work? Do you think it's too late to do one? Are you interested in it? What do you guys think? Jump in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. This next bit of news is a little disappointing. For those who don't know, if you've seen, there was going to be a Disney Plus animated series, kind of a, I guess it was going to be a spin-off of Tiana, the princess from the Princess and the Frog, the 2000, which came out in 2009. So there was a Walt Disney animated movie called The Princess and the Frog that came out in 2009, and then there was going to be this sequel spin-off series called Tiana, which of course Tiana is the name of the princess from The Princess and the Frog. And this series has kind of been in what they refer to as development hell for 5 years, and they've been having trouble getting it off the ground. And according to this next piece of news, it looks like it will never get off the ground. This article comes from Joe Blow, published by Kevin Fraser. And this article says that according to THR, Walt Disney Animation Studios has pulled the plug on the animated series based on The Princess and the Frog. The series would have focused on Princess Tiana and was set to feature Anika Noni Rose reprising her role from the 2009 animated movie. It was first announced in December 2020, so this one has been in the works for quite some time. The article goes on to say that the report states that, quote, despite best efforts, including several changes to the creative team, Tiana ultimately could not get to where it needed to be given production costs. So that's disappointing to hear. Now, real quick bit of trivia. I believe The Princess and the Frog was Disney's last traditional 2D animated movie. After that, Walt Disney Animation Studios moved into 3D animation. So in terms of traditional 2D animation, the Princess and the Frog was the last. This kind of sucks. I don't know. I mean, I would have been interested in this series, and sometimes it's difficult to get projects off the ground. You don't really know what to do creatively or how much it's going to cost, and sometimes you don't really know what story you're going to tell. Princess and the Frog is it's a great movie. It's great. But the Tiana Disney Plus series getting canned, I mean, it's unfortunate, because what a lot of people don't realize is that when projects get canceled, or when films or television shows get canceled or when movies financially fail, there are going to be people who will lose their job over this, and that's the really sad part about this. Um, you know, I would have liked to have seen this show, to have seen what it was going to be. It interested me, and it just really stinks that we're not going to get it. So jump in the comment section and let me know what you guys think about this. Were you looking forward to a Tiana Disney Plus series? Did you even know there was going to be one? Jump in the comment section and let me know your thoughts about this. This next bit of news has to do with more casting for this movie called Bear Country, which I've talked about in recent weeks, starring Russell Crowe. It's that movie where Russell Crowe plays the club owner and cartel bosses are breathing, or cartel bosses are coming after him. So this article is on Deadline. Excuse me. And we have more casting news. So this article is on Deadline, and it's published by Andreas Wiseman. And this article says that Aaron Paul, Luke Evans, and Daniel Zovato, have joined Russell Crowe in action thriller Bear Country, helmed by Derek Borte. Aaron Paul will play Jeff. This article continues that Aaron Paul will play Jeff, an unassuming community college teacher who gets roped into a dirty cop's robbery scheme. Luke Evans will play Joe Carver, an undercover federal agent posing as a potential buyer for K-Pac's club in hopes of infiltrating the cartel he's washing money for. Excuse me. Zovato will play Rodriguez, the cartel's top man in Los Angeles. This casting news, this movie continues to, every bit of news about this movie continues to excite me. Derek Borte, who will be directing this movie, directed another movie that came out during the pandemic called Unhinged that Russell Crowe was also in, and it was that people refer to it as the Russell Crowe road rage movie, which I would like to see. So I've heard it's decent. I love Aaron Paul. It's nice to see him work, getting different kinds of work since Breaking Bad. Luke Evans is one of my favorite actors. I think I either first saw him in the Fast and Furious movies or the Hobbit movies. I can't remember which one came first right off the top of my head. But he was great in both of those. He was great as Gaston in the live action Beauty and the Beast movie. I loved him in that. Luke Evans is great. I'll watch him in anything. So this film, every bit of news about this film grabs my attention, and I'm really getting excited to see how all these characters, these characters that Aaron Paul, Luke Evans, and Daniel Zovato were playing. It'll be interesting to see how they all come together, and how Russell Crowe's character will deal with all of them. I think this could be a really kind of brutal action movie, which I'm always up for. So jump in the comment section and let me know what you guys think about this piece of news. So, we have more casting news for Scream 7. This next report, I'm going to tell you what, every bit of casting news for Scream 7 has me, keeps blowing my mind, and has me asking questions that, but in a good way. I keep asking questions like, how are they going to bring this character back? How is this story going to work? In what way? How are they going to bring all these characters together? And it looks like one more original Scream character will be coming back. This article is on CBR, published less than 24 hours ago. This article says that per Deadline, David Arquette is set to reprise his role as Dewey Riley in Scream 7. One of the original stars of the franchise, Arquette had appeared as Dewey up until the character's death in the 2022 Scream movie. I feel like this could be the most epic Scream movie ever. I mean, they're bringing back people who we thought were dead. They're bringing back characters who we thought were dead. They're bringing back characters that may or may not have been dead. But it was pretty clear to me that Dewey was killed. The character of Dewey was killed. My only guess is that it'll be a flashback, or maybe some kind of existential vision or something. I don't really know. I have so many questions, and I would love to be able to, I want to know right now, how is Dewey coming back? How is Roman Bridger coming back? How is Billy Loomis coming back? I would love to be able to pick the brains of the creative team behind this movie. I want to see this movie so bad now. Because they're bringing back Dewey, they're bringing back Stu, they're bringing back Roman Bridger, they're bringing back Billy Loomis. Could this be the final Scream movie? They're bringing back every character. Could this be the final one? I don't know. We'll see. I just have I'm so excited for this movie. I can't wait to see how they're going to bring back Dewey. Is Gail Weathers going to be part of that? Will she be having visions of Dewey? What's going to be going on? So I'm really intrigued by this. I can't wait for Scream 7. I'm a huge fan of the franchise. Jump in the comment section and let me know what you think about Dewey coming back for Scream 7. This next bit of news is a little bit of TV news, Marvel Cinematic Universe TV news, that is. So, if any of you have been lucky enough to watch the first couple of episodes of Daredevil Born Again on Disney Plus, I've heard it's great. I was a huge fan of the Netflix show. I have not watched Daredevil Born Again yet, but I will. I have heard things that may or may not be true about the first couple of episodes of Daredevil Born Again. I have tried very hard to avoid spoilers regarding the show. So, for those of you who have watched the first two episodes of Daredevil Born Again, this piece of news will fascinate you. So this article is on MovieWeb, published by Adele Anchor's Range. And this article says that Karen Page and Franklin Foggy Nelson fans can breathe a sigh of relief as Marvel TV boss Brad Winderbaum has confirmed that Deborah Ann Woll and Eldon Henson, Deborah Ann Woll plays Karen Page and Eldon Henson plays Foggy Nelson, they will both be back for season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. So this is interesting to me. Depending on whether or not what I've heard is true, and for those of you who have seen the first 2 episodes, maybe you'll be in a bit of shock about this news. Look, I think first and foremost, what I can say about this piece of news, even though I haven't seen Daredevil Born Again yet, I will say this. I think that Karen Page and Foggy Nelson and Matt Murdock. Look, it's a Daredevil show, but that trio of characters are so. It's you can't. I don't think you can do a Daredevil show without all 3 of them. Maybe you can. I don't know. But the characters are so important. There's to each other. I'm having trouble describing how important. I'm having trouble coming up with the words, but they're linked to each other, all 3 of them, in such a special way that I don't think you can do a Daredevil show without Karen and Foggy. I really don't. It will be interesting to see once I personally see the first 2 episodes of Daredevil Born Again. It'll be interesting to see how I'm gonna start asking questions myself. Maybe those of you who have seen the first 2 episodes maybe you're in shock right now. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to seeing how the character arcs of Karen and Foggy, how that character arc fits into to not only the rest of this season of Daredevil Born Again, but into season 2. Like I said, I loved the Netflix Daredevil show. I can't wait to start watching Daredevil Born Again. Jump in the comment section and let me know what you guys think about Karen and Foggy returning for season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. One final piece of news this week. There is a conspiracy thriller movie starring Bryan Cranston, who I love. And there has been more casting. There's been more casting for that movie. So this article is on Deadline, published by Andreas Wiseman. And this article says that principal photography wrapped at the end of February in Albuquerque, New Mexico, on Mark Pellenton's conspiracy thriller Lone Wolf, starring Oscar nominees Lily Gladstone and Bryan Cranston. We first told you about the project back in Cannes, and cast to have joined since then includes SheaJacksonJr. from Den of Thieves 2, Jennifer L. from Zero Dark 30, Chet Hanks from Dead Wrong, and Spencer Garrett from Yes Man. Tom Chilcote's original screenplay is about a troubled Marine vet played by Gladstone, who is pulled into a dark conspiracy by a cunning mercenary played by Bryan Cranston to commit a political assassination. So the film is wrapped, and there's been more casting. What I will say about this cast, first of all, O'Shea Jackson Jr. was in Straight Outta Compton, and he was great. He was great in Straight Outta Compton. I am a huge fan of Bryan Cranston, and playing a mercenary in this movie, I feel like that'll be an interesting character for him to play. I feel like he can play anything, quite honestly. I love the fact that Lily Gladstone is playing a Marine vet. I love that. I have said for so long, just as a fan, that we are always we need more strong female characters in film and television. We just need more females in the entertainment industry, quite honestly, both in front of and behind the camera. But I love the fact that Lily Gladstone is she coming off her Oscar nomination of Killers of the Flower Moon. I love the fact that she's going to play Marine vet. She's going to play this strong character. I love that. This cast sounds great. A conspiracy by a mercenary to commit a political assassination. Sign me up. I can't wait to see this. Let's see if it gives who is directing. This article does not say who is directing, I don't think. But the premise sounds interesting to me. So jump in the comment section and let me know what you guys think about the synopsis of this movie. What do you guys think about the cast? Well, that'll about do it for this week. Sorry for the 3-day delay. Hopefully I won't catch another virus anytime soon. So I'll be back a lot sooner next time. So just to remind everybody, if you have any questions, comments, or if you'd like me to just talk about my favorite films, you can email me anytime at the address in the description of this video. Also, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and spread the word, tell your friends. And until next week, I'll see you at the movies.